Mac Dr. Bill, welcome to the channel. Alright boys, so we're working on the CRX today, but before we start, I want to start by saying I appreciate and I thanks every single one of you for subscribing, liking, commenting, staying tuned in the channel. As you guys seen, I extended it a little bit more, made it wider so I have more space. I closed it in. Just last week I was in a t-shirt, sweating, feels like summertime. This week we kind of like back to jackets and pretty much bringing your coat and stuff like that out because it's that cold. So before everything get me out of shape and out of surprise, extended it is, like I said, made it wider so I could work in here, period. Besides working on the wood bearing hatch, which we got in a space here over here to work, and the work that we have to do in the future. Today is simply about the CRX. I want to install the rocker panel, get it started. I might just do the driver's side. I want to take my time with this so it comes out correctly. I don't want to jump into the left and right, So whatever I do on one side, I'm going to duplicate in the passenger side in the future. So I figured better to do it step by step so some of you guys get it better. There's people that's not as skilled with body work and stuff like that. So I have to be patient with everybody in order for everybody to comprehend. But nothing to it. Without further waiting, I'm gonna get started. I have to remove the door, clean whatever's inside the CRX, get you guys situated so that we could go over all the bottom assisted rocker panel, what I'm gonna cut, and so we could start cleaning it and prepping it for welding today. So let's get it. Alright boys, I got everything set up in a little bucket with my tools. We got some spray. Alright, I figure I mentioned I'm gonna give it a light coating of flat black. You guys see this is exposed metal. Most people make the mistake or just install it like that. I have done it plenty of times. What eventually is gonna come in, gonna start rusting, and within time, if you don't clean it with soil and dirt piling in, that's how it create rust problems. So at least if we spray some prevention in the time being, it'll give it a little more longevity. It'll stand the years on it. So I'm just gonna put this real quick, put you guys on a time lapse, and we'll continue with the rest. Let's get it. I'm putting a tape mark right in a few seconds so you hear right on that tape on that line so that we could use that as a guideline. I'm gonna simply, once that I have it in place, I'm gonna start cutting right below so that we got a little meat for when we start welding. That's gotta be able to grab up there rather than metal to metal. Yeah, I know I don't like to do metal to metals in pieces like that big. Alright boys, so this is what we're looking like. We have this piece cut detached. I cut from the tape line down from the marking where I needed extra because this is what we're gonna weld. Just my luck, as I went inside 5 seconds, took a little breather, started raining on me. So it's a sign to stop passing tonight. I wanna show you guys the piece off. So I left it like that a little bit, just gonna dangle it off. I'll show you guys what the rocker panel look like. This is for the ones that, they're like, well, man, you could have patched that. No. If we're doing a full restoration, you guys gonna see my bitch and then my point now. All right, check it. This is what we have. This is what the car is supposed to be jacked and all of that. Like, this is all gone. There's no way of saving this. You know? This is the whole entire piece, supposedly. I don't see anybody, man, anybody chop nowhere in the world fixing this. No. This is what we have. We'll look at it in the daytime. I just put it outside. Floor's a little wet, but I'm gonna lay down here so I'll show you guys. All right, check it. Preparation is everything. All that welding primer that we have, we primed it for a reason. Look at it today. Ready and clean for the new piece. Over here, however, I have to clean up tomorrow a little better. Some of it gone. I might have to do something there in the future. Do not much, what, you know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. This obviously is gonna get cleaned up, so I could prime it over here, go over all. Now you guys see why I saved this. I know some people gonna be like, you should have covered the whole rocker thing, man. No. Savable metal. And that's why I wanted to show you guys before I even prime it. This is what we want to do in restoration. Save everything this OEM. Like this piece over here, we might clean it up a little bit. Definitely clean this up. This got to get welded in the future. From here back a little bit more. This is welding primer through. So yeah, little by little we doing stuff. We get in there. Alright, so this is like the stuff that I mean. I have to get another tarp in the future when I get a couple dollars extra. This is like $150 covers for order to do everything. Cause they're like $60, $70 a piece with the taxes for the whole year long, supposedly. Well, however, I gotta put another coating in the future, another wrap. You guys seen? Got plenty of spots. It's just being a little bit of a nightmare. Eventually I'm gonna put a door here, so we got more heating in the winter. Get that taken care of with it, was not hanging. Once we got the cover, it's not gonna leak here no more. This is the reason that I haven't painted the hatch so bad like I want to, because I don't want it to get messed up. I got plastic, I got a cover, but it's a shame to have it like this. It'll be nice to have it exposed, you know, looking good, but this is one of the reasons. Believe it or not, over here is drier than this one. Like this one is nicer than this one, but this one is leaking more. Right now this one is dry. It's just that one spot that I showed you guys. So I got everything covered in plastic so the CRX don't get wet on me. Tools is put away. So much as I want to keep going, it's getting a little dark. Best to pick up tomorrow in the daytime and simply start installing that rocker panel. But it's looking promising, boys. Yeah, this is where the crazy boys, we get in the aftermath, coming all the way from all over. You know, shout out to Florida and prayers to Florida as well. Stay safe. One love. Sun is out. I'm gonna put you guys on what's today on the agenda before we finish the rocker panels. So I'm gonna put you guys to what I do. The time that I'm off, being honest, no cap, the times is rough, ain't no dope. This is what I do, scrapping. I still pretty hot, these laying around, they were no good. In the basement, got some little copper wire. So I'm gonna take a little trip with you guys this morning, show you how I do make this quick buck and come back to business. Figure I make some space all around, including the basement, because that thing was just here the whole time. So I want the walking space, probably just build a working space table here. So we'll see. Let's get this journey started. Talk about tight space, boys. Look at this. Could barely get my chunky ass in here, but we're gonna make it happen. Ready for the road. Show you the little element that cut. Shit is loaded. 2 dryers, 2 washers, another washer, another smaller dryer, couple microwaves, some ACs. Everything is secure, everything's tied up. Next stop, scrapyard. Let's get it. All right, boys, time to load up and cash out. Let's get it. All right, process simple. Literally unload it. I got a little copper, dirty wiring, little number 2, not much, couple radiator fans. I got it on this side, but right now I have to weight up the car again. Like if it was 2,500, they gotta deduct I unload out of the 2,500 out of the car. And you see how much we make? Probably not much. As long as I get some gas money and some. Let's see what's up. We'll get it. Alright, boys. Not bad for a day of cleanup. I didn't mean to make money today. I just wanted to clean up around. Made a couple dollars in the process. Why not get some munchies? Head back home. See you at headquarters, boys. Let's get it. Oh, I just had a boys. I had to stop and get some KFC. We're here right by the scrapyard waxing. Let's do it quick. Let's get it. Now, pick this out. The reason I come to this KFC every time, I'm gonna show you guys why. And believe me, I'm gonna get it. I don't know who owns that, but that hatch has been there for the longest. I wonder if it's for sale. One of these days I come back, I'm gonna leave it now. See if they wanna sell it. Seems like the motor support, but the shell seems in good condition. Yeah, definitely like it. Maybe someday. Alright, boys, I'm gonna show you something right now so that I could shut them out, so those that in the past have criticized me and said, oh, you don't overlap metal, you're supposed to put a metal to metal. Y'all seen they trimmed it, and it was supposed to be for this car to work on, which is not for this car, but we're making it work for this car. However, you would think they looked alike. It just simply cut and fit. If I would have cut to fit right now, this original piece, just because I had this, I would have messed it up. I'm gonna show you right now what I mean. I'm exactly over here where these gotta meet with the floor to the part that jacks up all the way to the front, which means that I'm level here. This is where it needs to be. Over here we lined up good. I don't mind that. Just over here we are actually over that much. You guys see over here? So that's an issue, because if I try to push this up to make it fit over here, then it's not gonna line up over here. And I'm more concerned of just getting this lined up and covered here than having this overlap. So in this case, you guys gonna be like, well, damn, what you do now? Nothing to it. We gotta keep trimming. So we gotta trim this piece all the way over here. Leave some of that meat there because we need it, obviously. So for over here, we need to trim a little more so that these two could meet. As simple as that. That's already in place. It's just too much metal. So once that I trim it, I might have to leave it, massage it with a hammer, if you must say, until that one meet. That's one good thing that I left that much metal and that much down the way I did with the tape. I know people would have been like, I would have cut more. If I would have cut more, I wouldn't been able to do nothing. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta trim this out real quick, all the way to here, trim it, trace it, so we could cut it, play with it a little bit more, and see where we at. So let's get it. All right, boys, I want to play something. We trimmed this part, obviously. You guys seen? We taped this. This helped it for support wise, so it wouldn't move. I did a couple release cuts in certain areas, because that helped the metal get what I need to get. Over here in the bottom, we good. So simply when I push this back now, it's gonna meet the shape that I need. Obviously, that's gonna get welded. This is gonna get pushed back. We're gonna get welded here. So now we're gonna be able to get close to what we need. Over here as well, in order to make the corner, because you guys see this one is not the same shape as this, close but not close enough. Same thing. I did some kind of some punking groove slice on it, if you want to say, release cuts, because when I bang that with the hammer back, it's gonna meet back here. I'm gonna be able to bang it in the way I need it, put on the banging part, and then we could weld all this up to shape. Eventually this is gonna be fitted. The bottom is right where it needs to meet, so that's what I was able to do with this piece that was not for it, but I'm making it work for it. So the job today is to simply mold it in place, grab it with a few rivets to the point that I got it in place, and I tag it, weld it, so we have in place today, looking close to OEM. Still not done. Gotta take this piece out before we weld it. This is very important, so take note, boys. Now we're gonna drill some holes here a little bigger than a 1/8, so when I clamp this with the vice grip, that spot over here is gonna weld with the second layer where the chassis is gonna go. Rather than just welding between here, that's gonna be impossible. We're gonna have welding tag just like we would a factory. If I have to, I put a rivet in between every 2 inches to bring it close in place, but I want to have a hole punch every 2 inches at least, all the way down, so that could be the new tagging spot for the floor. So I'm going to prep that, put this back, massage it so that we could bang it with the hammer, and start get ready to tag it. Let's get it. All right, boys, moment of truth. So in order to start molding this like I want to, like I said, and put this back, I gotta start putting it over here someplace. So I'm gonna start riveting in here, right around here. We use a 1/8 bit. We use a 1/8 rivet. Important to match your rivet with your drill bit, so it gives you the less problems. It's gonna be a tight fit part, but that's what we're looking for. Sometimes once in place, it helps if you tap it. Just a little tapping. Tap, tap, tap a roll. Alright, so we have that one in place. Squeeze 2 times. Simple as that. That is not coming out of there. So it was important to rivet that in because we need the hammer. Remember the release cuts. And we're gonna proceed to do this. Pause. I'm gonna put you guys on my hand, pause on my hand, so I could show the big difference that this is doing that I don't think camera is doing the justice. So you guys see it. All right, see how these two already is blended to the body real good. See this gaps over here that I made on purpose. I did the first cut straight, then the next one slanted, so it looked kind of like if it was a Halloween pumpkin teeth, something like that. So now we just proceed to hammer it like that. You guys see it? See how I molded in? That's gonna get filled spot to the body. And I'm getting it shaped little by little. There you go. All that's gonna get spot welded and filled in. So we're just trying to hug it to the body as much as possible. Over here hugged up pretty good. Over here I should have released it a little cut more because I would have hugged up more, but that's alright because we still got the shape closed. So over here, overall, I'm good with that. We see how it's hugging the body really close. That's gonna get welded and fill. So I have to start with that. I gotta put a few more rivets so it hugs to the body all the way down. Once this the body down, I'm gonna trim it to where it needs so I could start welding it on the top, and then we proceed to the bottom. So I'm gonna do that procedure on camera real quick with you guys, get it tied up and see what we're looking like. All right, boys, one thing that I did now with all the rivets in place is obviously in place now, doing to my advantage. I'm gonna fold this in the same way it would have worked the same time that I had it when I cut the extra. So this is gonna bring it better to the body. We'll be able to weld what we need to. So I'm gonna proceed to do that real quick on a time lapse. Where this meets to the metal closer like that. See the difference? Rather than have it straight and we have a gap. So this is gonna be all molded. So I'm gonna proceed to do that and we'll pick up from there. Let's get it. All right, boys. You guys looking at it, this is literally mounted on. Few spots that I got to tag and weld, but it's already installed. Like, you could literally install this with rivets if you didn't have a welding machine, if it's something that you're probably selling, or you're not that skilled with welding or don't have the time. I've done it with rivets, it lasts a long time. The only downside on that, when you jack the cars, you gotta be careful because you're gonna bend it up, obviously. But for restoration, you could do it any way you can. Rivets does help. This thing is solid. It's molded. Got the same body shape all the way down. That's gonna get welded. Spot tack. But overall, we're looking at the new record panel install. The CRX just like that. Not bad, boys. Not bad. Like I say, obviously this is gonna get tacked, welded here all around. All this is gonna get repaired, so we ain't gonna see none of that in the future. You know, like, just look at it for a minute. This is what we're dealing with now, and this is what we had before. So, you know, some people gotta lower their standards when they're gonna criticize, you know. Oh, but you should have done this. Like, okay, we were gonna live this on, boys. This is how we were gonna make it to HD. This is how we were gonna rack. No. Basura. 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 Garbage. There's no patching this. There's no fixing this. There's no POR this. Nothing. Get that through your head, my peoples. This is how I operate in my channel. My channel is called Mac Dr. Built for a reason. This is garbage. This is the stuff that wins chosen trophies in quality when it comes time. We see it, we see it. Not even done. That's the kind of details that we take here, that I show you guys. It takes a little time, but it's worth it. I'm gonna stop it here for tonight. Leave it for another date. So I'm gonna end this video here. We'll see how I modify this rocker panel for the CRX. I'm stoked. But the next time I'll show tagging it. I'll do the little piece over here in the back. We'll tag over here in the bottom. We'll tag it in the top. If we have to, we'll do a little filling where it needs to, whether it's fiberglass or icing. But I'm stoked, boys. Every time I do something to the CRX that I complete, I get so happy, because it's one step to getting closer to restoring it fully. But I went from this to that. There you go. If I was a dirty body work, man, somebody for the cheap, somebody that I too high, I could have been stuffed this with fucking newspaper like people do, cardboard, or fucking stupid ass bando like they do. This is the difference what makes a body man. The world says it itself. Body man, not bando man. Body man means body man, reshapes, customize, fabricates, builds. Again, this is what we was dealing with. This was the rocker panel that was there OEM. If anybody said that they could save this, they could have done something about it. You don't belong in your car. And simply, you're never gonna do anything better. I'm not better than anybody, but I'm showing you guys how to do this correctly, properly, decent, on a budget, to the type that you could take these cars to a show type material. If you guys want to listen to other channels that they just like patching shit with fiberglass cloth and bando the shit out of everything just with fucking bando only and insulation, then be it. This is not what we do on my channel. That's basura. We do quality Mac Dr. Built work over here. So yeah, sorry about going off, boys, but I had to. This is the time that I gotta go off and be happy, and that's my dust in my shoulders, you know what I mean? Because sort of patting my back myself, because nobody wanna admit that when I'm right, I'm right. And this time I was right. Look at the difference. We went from that to this. CRX looking immaculate. Look at the floor already. Like, this is what restorations are truly about. So on this quarter panel installation, I'm gonna make it a part 2. This is part 1. Part 2 obviously is welding it, tagging it in place, finishing this little corner which I saved over here OEM, to trying to make it look OEM. So baby steps, boys, baby steps. I wanna fuck this up because I want this to come out right, plus I want you guys to learn it right. If y'all follow my ways, 20 years from now, the cars, they still gonna be around, some of them, if they take care of them, and y'all gonna be talking about it, how y'all did it, whatever, just like I'm talking about it. 7 years in my belt on this channel. I've been putting the work. I've been self-motivate, keep motivating. I'm putting the work. I'm not hanging it. So with that being said, we're gonna cut it short. I'll thanks every single one of you for subscribing, liking, commenting, staying tuned on the channel. Stay tuned for part 2. Again, we got the record panel. You can't even tell. Like, we could have primed that thing, fill it in, and call it a day, and boom, car looks so good. New record panel is installed. I just got it welded. Next video coming up. Filled in what we're gonna do. And yeah, there's one record panel less that I have to worry about. And that looks so good along with the body work. Although I have to touch up the corner again. But that's nothing to it. And as we move from the sides back, we'll do the back area. We'll touch up a little more of the floor into the engine bay and etc. and etc. But thank you, boys. Till next time. Peace.